Hey, what's up, guys? This is your girl Tresey with Treseysworld, and y'all can see what's going on, right? First of all, I want to say happy Thanksgiving to all of you out there, and we gonna talk about sisters. Like, we got to go up into Thanksgiving with this episode. Like, we couldn't get a thank you, grateful type of episode. Y'all, it was so much going on in Sistas tonight. Well, it wasn't a lot going on, but it was enough, okay? It was enough going on. So let me just go ahead and drop this intro, and I'll be right back. That's what they say about me. The preacher's daughter. Yes, my name is Tresey. Listen, Linda. Listen, Sistas came on, right? Night before Thanksgiving Eve. I'm thinking, you know what? It's going to be probably a pretty cool episode. Like, they going to come together. Maybe we're going to get Brina out of jail. I don't know. Like, I'm just hopeful. Like, I'm okay. But I'm watching Sistas. Like, Sistas come on. And, yeah, y'all. Let me just first of all say this. My dad watched Sistas now. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, he was like, I was at my mom's house and he was like, oh, I gotta watch Sistas. And I'm like, what? So shout out to my dad who keeps it real. He stays up on top of the new TV shows or on top of the TV shows. Thank you, Dad. So anyway, Sistas came on. What can I say, y'all? Like, I feel I'm just all over the place. Okay, so Karen, we left off with Karen and the whole thing. Fatima showing up at Karen's house with the kumbaya, board meeting of the minds, whatever is going on, the writing the letters thing. Okay, she says, Miss Lisa says she got it from Oprah. Okay, I love Oprah, but come on, I don't get, okay, whatever. So Fatima is standing at the door, right? That's what we saw. So, yeah, Lisa opens up the door. Miss Lisa opens up the door. And here comes Fatima. She's like, she come in. She sits next to Zach, okay? So Fatima is my girl, right? But she know what she doing a little bit too much, okay? So it was so funny. So Fatima sat down with Zach. Zach was like, what are you doing here? He's nervous as heck. He don't know what's about to go down because he know Tima, she will go to 100, 0 to 100. Like, she will handle her business. So he just don't want no, y'all don't want no smoke with Fatima.
Karen, welcome to my home.
Well, Fatima sits down and she's like, oh, Zach, you ain't gonna kiss me? And I was like, okay, this is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be really interesting. So, of course, Zach gives her a kiss, but he's still like, what are you doing here? Like, what's about to happen? Like, what do I do? He's nervous as heck. And of course, she gives Zach the kiss, and Karen is like, it's about to kill Karen. Like, she ready to just blow her lid or whatever. She just ready to just explode. So anyways, Karen's like, I don't know. And then her mom is talking to her. And she's like, I don't know if I can do this and all this kind of stuff. So anyways, her mom talks her into continuing. She starts to read Zach's letter, or the letter she wrote to Zach.
And I just know that this is your baby.
How do you know it? Y'all, I'm trying to understand Karen. Like, okay, so Zach is so terrible. He did all these horrible things to you. You talk about him cheating on you. You talk about all the stuff he did to you that is impacting you so much until you can't have a really normal relationship with Aaron, who her mom calls the accountant. You can't have a normal relationship with him. You can't love him the way that he loves you because you so into Zach, but yet you hate Zach so much. Like, I know she don't hate Zach, but I'm just saying, based on the letter, I mean, what do you like about him That's what I was trying to figure out. Like, okay, maybe her mother should have said, write down all the things you like about Zach. And if that list is narrow, then okay, maybe that'll help you let go of him. Because Karen was saying some stuff and she was just attacking Zach, right? Zach did do her dirty. We know he cheated on her and all that. But then, I mean, she don't see whatever her role she played in the whole situation. She probably needs to talk about that in her letter. But she didn't. So Zach can't take it.
Why? Just let her finish.
So Zach can't take it. Like he's like, can I go? Can I go? He was acting real. I mean, I don't blame Zach. Like, I ain't no way I'm finna sit there and let nobody bash me. And I'm not with you no more. Like, I don't even know the kid is mine. Like, why would I sit there and go through it? But Fatima was like, just let's hear her out. Let's hear her out. So Fatima was the voice of reason, right? Because Zach was ready to go. He ready to be done with this. And okay, so Karen continues to read her letter. It's like she don't know why she, she just like she put all, I don't know if she said something about fitting the bill. I might be mixing up something Fatima said too, but like she did all this stuff for him and he still went out and he cheated and she held him down and he still cheated. And, she was there for him and he cheated. Like she was just, it was just all of those things. She feels like she wasted a lot of time with him. And, only for it to not to work out anyways. Like she have invested a lot of time. And she talks about, what else she talked about? She just bashed the mess out of Zach, right? And Zach did do a lot of that stuff. I'm not lying. I ain't gonna lie for him. I ain't gonna take up for him and say he didn't, but he did some of it. But it was like, okay, where's the happy times? Why you still want him? So then she says all that, but then she says she still wants him. So I'm like, where is that part coming in at? Like, is it because of the time that you guys spent together that you still want him? Is it the good times that you ain't talking about that makes you still want him? Is it, I know it's love, but like, let's talk about it. Like, since we're going to break stuff down in letters, let's be about that, letter life. Let's really put it out there. And that didn't happen, obviously. Okay. So Zach kept asking when it was his turn. So then, okay, it's like, okay, Zach, you got something to say? Zach was like, no, I don't have anything to say. I want to go. Can I go? Can I go? Can I go? Fatima was like, yeah, I got something to say. I was like, oh God, it's about to go. It's about to go down. It's about to go down.
All this popping up at the house and waiting for him, it's got to stop.
So Fatima was like, I got something to say. And she basically read Karen in the most classiest way. So first of all, she had a little bit of a voice of compassion, right, for Karen, despite Karen's foolishness. But she made it very clear. She was like, listen, you can't be showing up at our house. You can't be doing that. You can't be, she was like, you know what, the B word. I have friends and we joke around and we say the B word. It's kind of like how we use the N words. The group can, our group can say it, other groups can't. But you use it in a way that's disrespectful to me because we are not friends, basically. And her mom, Karen's mom was like, what? Wait, what? Are you doing that? You're going to their house? What? And you called her a B? Like, what? Yeah, you can't be doing that. Like, yeah, you deserve to, like an apology, almost like saying like, yeah, you should be apologizing to these people. And then Karen gets mad. It's like, you're supposed to be on my side and blah, blah, blah. Whose side are you on? So Fatima handled herself very well, y'all. If y'all didn't watch the episode, watch it because Fatima really handled herself very well. For someone that likes to fight and shoot people and threaten to shoot people, she handled the business. And she was more understanding than I thought she was going to be. And I applaud her. Like, it was like grown woman stuff. She was on her grown woman stuff. And, but she did make it clear, like, you're not going to be coming by our house unannounced. You not going to be calling me out of my name because I don't accept that. Like, you're not going to be doing that. Like, I'm not going to be too many more bees. Like, this ain't about to happen. And she just like, let it go. So Aaron's like, I still love you. I have real love for you. I respect you even more. This is the clearest and the most honest you've been. And like, he's saying all this stuff. So Zach was like, what? You this and you that. So Zach started bringing up, man, ain't you the one who wife, killed herself in the salon? Like, what is your deal? And I'm honestly believing Zach is seeing through Aaron's BS. Like, Aaron, it's some stuff about Aaron. I've been saying it since day one. I mean, I do want Karen to move on because I just want her to leave Zach alone so Fatima can live happily ever after. But Aaron got some drama, and let's get into that. Let's get into what's going on with Aaron. Let's talk about it. His wife killed herself in your slime. Her brother tried to kill you. Just gonna put that right there. What? And he's everything, and he's loving, and he's this, and he's that, and he's all that. Girl, open up your eyes and look at it. So her mother goes in the room and talk to her, like, how do you feel? You feel better? And I'm just like, how she feel better? And she even said, like, I'm not supposed to be stressed. How is this helping me? Like, because of course she didn't want to hear what Fatima had to say, right? But anyways, her mom goes in the room and talks to her, don't you feel better and all that? And she was just like, no, like, what am I, like, almost like, what am I supposed to feel? Like, she was in her feelings, right? And mommy says, oh, and she asked her mom to take sleep with her, whatever. So mommy gets in the bed. Mommy's like, that accountant, it's something about that accountant. I'm like, mommy, yes, that's right. That's right, Mama Lisa, that's right. That is right. It's something about that accountant. He's so understanding. He's so too good to be true. We know in life, if it don't feel right, it ain't right. And I'm going to tell any woman that's out there, if something don't feel right, it probably ain't right. Trust your instinct, that intuitive nature that we got, that instinct that we have. It's a gift. Trust it. Something ain't right, it ain't right. And so I like this episode for showing that. Like, when you have those hesitations, don't dismiss them, but really explore them. Okay, we're going to move along because we kind of get a little deep, but that's what I wanted to share with y'all on that part. All right, so let's go ahead to Hayden and Gary. They're at the bar and they're talking, and Hayden's lying, talking about, yeah, Fatima wanted me. She was all over me, man. And he was just lying like this little, he like that little net that's flying around and you just want to go. That's what he is. That's Hayden. He up there lying about how much Fatima want him. And Gary's like, I found that hard to believe. Like, she's up here, dude, and you're down here. He was like, really, Gary? Yeah, I can't say Hayden. But anyways, so they jump onto the whole situation with what they're trying to do with Robin. And Gary has the voice of wisdom at this point. He's like, be careful, because that man is smart. And Hayden is like, no, he's putting on a front. He's trying to be more than what he is. And he ain't all that. And is some stuff and whatever. And Gary's like, just be careful. He's smart. You should listen, Hayden, because nothing works out for you because you don't listen. You don't listen. It's not like the elevator don't go all the way up. Stop right about here for you. I don't even know how he became an attorney. I'm still questioning how that is even possible. But anyways, moving on. So Hayden comes up with this little elementary stuff. Yeah. Andy, she playing you. She got something on you. She playing the game. She playing you. Now that you gonna see. And if you call her right now, she probably with Robin. And Gary is like, no, she at home waiting on me. And then they get into this betting thing. And I hate when guys do this betting thing. Like, it's a thing that I see in movies and TV shows all the time. And I'm just like, oh, I don't like it. Like, we not nothing to bet. Like, don't bet on stuff related to our relationship. Okay? But they like, okay, trying to come up with what happened to the loser. Like, okay, Hayden's like, well, you would have to, if I win, you have to give me some shares of the company. And well, he's like, okay, well, if I win, you got to give me 30 shares. It was just like a bunch of back and forth stuff. And then it was like, nah, that's too much. Okay, what about, if I win, 3 shares, whatever. And eventually they come to a conclusion of something they can agree upon. So, of course, Gary calls Andy and he's like, hey, I'm working. Can I come over? I'm working. I have to get up really early in the morning and I have this. And he's persistent. He's like, okay, listen, can I come over? And he's like, very persistent. And she agrees. And so then, of course, he wins the bet. So he's like, I told you. And so Hayden's like, you lied, man. You lied. I was like, Gary, why didn't you just put her on speakerphone just for that portion so that he could hear her say, come over, so we could be done with this stupid elementary contest, something contest. Y'all fill in the blanks. And so, they got on my nerves. I hate stuff like that. Like, I just don't like it. I don't like it. The little bets. I never liked that. Even when I was younger, I didn't like it. Like when I would hear guys like bet on stuff. Like, I bet you I can get her number. I bet you. Like, we ain't, like, for real. Let's move on. So what's next? So Calvin goes into the house and Q got a bunch of people in there. They taking stuff, the TV gone. Somebody walking around finna walk out with the microwave. He doing drugs, the coke. He got another girl sitting right there across from him doing drugs with him. He hides a kite. It looked like a drug den. It was a hot mess. And I'm like, how long is this gonna go on? So Calvin comes in, he's mad. He's like, oh, to do this and do that. He don't do nothing. And then he says he's going to call the police, but then we see him not call the police. I'm like, Calvin, why don't you call the police? Like, this is really a good time to call the police. He's doing lines. Like, call the police. All they got to do is drug test him. He going to jail. So all they stuff missing. People walking out with stuff, Maurice clothes everywhere. People walking out with his clothes. It was a mess. And then Calvin goes into his room, and this boy done sold Calvin's golf clubs, which were from his father. And that was so low. And I'm like, okay, do something, Calvin. Please do something. Man up, Calvin. Do something. And I think Calvin is built. I think I was watching his phone in his pocket. So I think it is some recording going on. I'm hoping it's some recording going on so that can be turned over to the authorities so that we can get Maurice and bring it back and put the right person in jail. Because this guy is wearing my nerves with them green satin pajamas he's been wearing for God knows how long. I'm tired. I'm tired of that whole situation. It's really working my nerves at this point. Like, I don't want to see it anymore. I'm tired of seeing Q at this point. Like, I'm sure the person that plays him is a great person, but the character, I can't. And I'm over it. It's going too long. They're going too long with this. So, all right. So moving on. Danny done took that man home, and I said that was a mistake for Danny to take that man who she don't know to her house. Listen, women, do not do that. Do not take people to your house. Do not let people know where you live. Do not do that. Don't do that. You don't know these people. You don't know this man. Like, don't do that. But she took him to her house. And, of course, we saw that last episode. And, y'all, that's what I was saying. Y'all, this man got some issues, right? I don't know what he was thinking he was doing, but it was terrible. Just watching it was like torture. And I'm like, okay, this is really bad. So at some point, Danny gets up. She goes in the bathroom. She calls Andy. Andy's like, don't you have company? And she's like, no, I can't. And he's this. And she's telling Andy what's going on. And he like, get that man out of your house. He's like, he's in my bed. Get him out of your house. Get him out of your bed. And then she tries to tell Andy some stuff. She tries to talk to her because she's there for a lot of people's mess. But Andy didn't have time for her because Gary was coming over, because she was like, well, what it is I really miss. And I think she was going to say Sabrina. Andy was like, call Preston, get Preston back. Like that was a solution. She's like, well, I don't want to get him back if he wants to marry somebody else. Like what woman would want to do that? Call him. And she's like, I think what it is I'm really missing. Like I said, I think she was going to say Sabrina, but of course, Andy don't got no time because she's about to entertain Gary. And that made me so mad. That made me so mad because Danny don't ask for much. Like, well, yes, she do. She asks for them to pay for stuff and everything. But I mean, she's not demanding of their time a lot of times. They are demanding of her time, but she doesn't always call them up. What do you think about this and all that? I know her and Andy have been getting close, but I think Andy needs to be a better friend. And Andy was not a good friend because she was rushing her off, and she was, definitely in her feelings. Danny was, and she's trying to, some people do that. They try to drink things away. They try to, drug it away or sex it away. Whatever it is, they try to do what they can to get rid of that feeling of loneliness or hurt or whatever pain they're going through. And that's Danny right now. And Andy needed to be there for her like she's been there for her, like Danny has been there for her so many times. So I was really not happy with that.
And it's like I just been really missing.
I gotta go. Gary's here.
Wow, just gonna leave me in distress.
That wasn't cool. That wasn't cool, Andy. So anyways, Danny goes back into the room. She's like, this ain't gonna work. You need to go. He's like, oh, you want me to leave? She's like, yes, please go. And so then he starts saying some really disrespectful stuff. And I'm looking at this dude like transform into what he couldn't do before, to allow like a man with the temper and a man with this feeling, of course he's feeling belittled. That's the best word, little. He's feeling he's feeling some type of way because she's trying to be really nice. She's not telling him the truth at first. And he says something like, that's what I, get dealing with bees like you, or something to that effect. That, don't quote me, but something to that effect. He's like, what are you talking about? Like bees like me? Okay. And that then turned on her switch, and she came at him, told him the business, the truth. Like, dude, you aren't blessed in that area. Like y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, yeah, I be trying my best because this show could get a little, I be trying to keep it right for the video. But listen, she basically telling him like, dude, you ain't working with much. So yeah, go home, get out of here, and she did go on a little bit, but it is no reason to do what he did. Yeah, it was absolutely no reason to do what he did. And first of all, I'm still shaken by the whole situation. So they, Danny's saying this stuff. And so, dude, you could see it in him. Kudos to the actor, because he really did bring an emotion. And we saw that change, that real big change of emotion. So I was just like, whoa. And I knew, because there was a warning at the beginning of the show, that it was going to talk about some, serious situation. And I was like, is this really? That dude reached back. People say rich. I don't know how to say it, but he reached back and he just he hit her, knocked her on the bed. And at that point, I forgot he was an actor. Because I was like, call up the girls. We about to go take this dude out. We about to go deal with this. Because there is no way he should have hit her. First of all, she was trying to be nice to you. And all you should have did was get your stuff, get up and leave this lady's house. You shouldn't have been in her house in the first place, but that gives you absolutely no right to put your hands on her under no circumstances. She didn't touch you. She didn't hit you. She didn't do anything to you. She told you the truth after you kept pressing her. She wasn't even going to do that. And I'm just like, did he hit Danny? Like, did this just happen? And it was a real hit. Like, I heard it. I mean, I know it's sound effects, whatever, but it was too real for me. Like, I've never been in an abusive situation or anything, but just that I felt triggered, and I don't even know what I'm triggered for. Like, I'm just like, what is like, I don't like that. I did not like that. And I was just like, this is Thanksgiving, Tyler. It's Thanksgiving. Give us some thankful stuff. Thank us for watching this. Well, you thank us for watching all the time, but give us some Thanksgiving within the show. Have them, they don't never cook or nothing, like have them have a Friendsgiving or something. But this is not what I wanted to see on Thanksgiving. And I literally was in my feelings, y'all. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I really was in my feelings about this hit. Like, first of all, I love Danny. Danny's my girl. And I want to say, and this is on a serious note, that was unwarranted. That is never the answer. That was unwarranted. That should not have happened, right? But it made me so mad because I'm like, you know, we really, as women, we have to not invite strangers into our space, number one. And no, I'm not blaming her because there's nothing that she did that would deserve that. But I'm just thinking, like, this is a lesson, and it's a good lesson and a good thing for us to talk about. Be careful, like, who you entertain, and don't bring them home. You don't know them, don't bring them home. Even if you know them, sometimes you don't bring them home. But I was just, like, ready to fight for Danny. Like, I'm just like, that was not what I expected on Thanksgiving Eve. It was not. It was not, you know. I'm like, where's Sabrina at? Sabrina, you need to come home because your girl needs you. Like, she doing some stuff. She being a little bit reckless as far as her behavior, bringing somebody home. But then, I mean, she didn't deserve that. So then we see the previews. Oh no, let's go back. I'm sorry. That's how it ended. But I want to jump back in. Zach and Fatima was at home, in the bed, and they were talking. Fatima was a little bit quiet. Zach want to know why she's quiet, what she thinking about, and oh, I forgot, it's a big part. But anyway, I'll jump into it. What she thinking about, and she was thinking about the conversation and how she had a very good analogy on what Karen was feeling. She's like, it's like when you go to the slot, when you play this, like if you have played the slot machine and you really been putting your money in there and you really been playing it, then hear somebody come along and they just win the jackpot. Like, and they ain't put no effort or nothing into it. That's how Karen feels. And I thought that was a very mature way of looking at it and a very good way of explaining it. Zach and her had a really grown-up conversation, you know, about it. You know, she's like, I know you're not that person you were before. I know you're not that person, but that's who you were to her. You know, that's her experience, like, with you, and you're a different person now. But that was her experience with you. So I understand the situation. So Zach want to know, listen, okay, but how did you know all that about the dates, about pregnancy, because before she left Karen's house, she had basically asked Karen's mom, does she know, like, when Karen, does she know when she got pregnant? And that way they can pinpoint who the daddy may be. But it came out that it was the same, that happened in the same week she was with Zach as she was with Aaron, so she don't know. But I mean, Fatima had it down today. She was like, 11 days before this. Like, she doesn't have the calculation. So when Zach asked her about it, I was expecting Fatima to tell him her story, because we saw some of her story with her ex. You know, I guess she got pregnant and all that. But I was expecting her to kind of open up a little bit, because I think Zach opens up, but I don't think she really opens up, you know, and I don't see that happening. So I thought she was going to do that, but she tried to change the subject a few times, whatever. So eventually she tells Zach, well, I got to know dealing with you, because if I didn't know, I'll be pregnant all the time. Like, she was just like made a joke about it, and, you know, whatever. But I think I would like to see Fatima open up a bit more about her past to Zach. And of course, we need to see Zach open up and talk about his mother and the women in his life, because he started mentioning it. He's like, all the women in my life, you know, they've been this and then that. He said that at Karen's house. Y'all, I'm sorry, I didn't say all that. Y'all gotta watch it. It's a lot. It's a lot of little things you want to watch and pick up on. But he said, he started talking about all the things that have happened with the women in his life. So I'm just like, there's so much baggage there that we haven't got, and the backstories that we haven't got. And then with Danny and the whole hit, I'm just like, you know, Andy's been in an abusive relationship. They may mention that Sabrina has. And I'm just like, has Danny ever been in an abusive relationship? I don't know. Next week, previews show that Danny walks into the office with sunglasses on. And of course, Andy's like, what's wrong? And her and Fatima's in there. And Danny was like, I need a lawyer. And yeah. Ooh, it's gonna be good next week, y'all. So I'm thinking that she'll need a lawyer. She need Fatima cousin. She need that cousin to go over there and deal with that little man. But she need Madam to go take care of that dude because and she need to tell, ooh, wait till Preston find out with his old country self. Preston liable to be coming there riding the cow, riding on a horse, bring a bull. Get this bull on over here and attack this dude. He messing with my gal. Like, but that's the funny part of it. But it was not funny. Like, I didn't laugh. I was like taken. I was just like taken aback by it. And I was just like, not on Thanksgiving. But so next week looks like, yeah. I don't know what our girl did. Danny, I believe she tore his butt up. But I don't know what she did that now she needs a lawyer. I'm like, oh Lord, please don't tell me Danny done killed him. But if she did, it was a self-defense. But I'm like, we already got one in jail. We don't need to be going through no more court cases right now. Speaking of court, I forgot to add that Gary went to take a shower and Andy was gonna move his jacket and she saw an envelope in there and it had, I guess, the plans of what he's trying to do to Robin. So she's in the know. She's in the no at this time. She's in the know. So anyways, that's pretty much it. That was the episode, y'all. I know it wasn't very Thanksgiving-ish. Like sometimes things need to be a little timely because I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for that. Like that messed me up. I was like, hey, I'm gonna call my sister. We gotta go take care of some stuff for Danny. Like we gotta go check on Danny. Like Danny got him. But you know what? Like it's these actors they doing their thing. So shout out to all the actors playing the roles. I'm trying my best to be like, I have to separate the two. Like hey, because y'all doing a really good job on that. That actor. He did his job. I just didn't like the role. I don't like it. But he did his job. So good to see where this is gonna go next week. And it's crazy. That's the dude that was with the lady that was yelling and screaming, and he wasn't doing nothing. So I'm trying to understand. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so trying to understand this thing with I just don't get it. And I was so hoping. I was like, oh, we about to get some cool Thanksgiving. We'll probably see Fatima and her friends over a little Friendsgiving, and maybe she'll invite Andy, maybe Danny will come. Like, I'm thinking we about to get that and some stuff go down at the dinner table, and it'll be a little fun stuff. I know they had some with the dinner before, but I'm just like, it's Thanksgiving. Now we got to see Danny get hit, and I didn't like it. So I want to go check. I want to keep Danny lifted up before the Lord in prayer. No, but so yeah, that was cool. That was an episode. Listen, y'all, it's Thanksgiving. I am so happy. I'm so thankful. I am so grateful for you, for all of you out there that are watching, for all of you out there that don't watch but just start the video, for all of you out there that don't comment, and for all of you out there that do comment, for all of you for taking your time to watch this video and to watch all of my videos. I'm so appreciative, and I'm so grateful, and I'm so thankful for you. And I'm thankful that I am a part of your life in some way, even if it's just to watch and laugh and see what I missed or see how I messed up or whatever. Even if, as long as it entertains, you know, sometimes we need a relief from life. It can get heavy, but when we have a relief, it's a beautiful thing. So I just want to say thank you so much. I play around and stuff, but thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you. I know y'all gonna go tell y'all friends to watch more of my videos and to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. I know y'all gonna do that. I don't even gotta say that, because we here. I know you're gonna do that, but I want you to do that. And if you weren't planning on do it, just do it. Do it for me, okay? I don't know. I feel like I need to give y'all more, but I don't know what more to give. Sistas is a show. Sistas is a show that I watch, and I really do watch it. So it was just easy for me to hop on and tell you guys about it because I actually watch it. And now other people are watching it because I watch it and always have this crazy review of something to talk about. Like I said, my dad even watching it. So I'm just like, y'all need to be cutting me a check. Cause I'm building up y'all fan base. Nah. But it's something like when you really, I really applaud Tyler Perry, and I'm grateful for Tyler Perry for bringing us programming that is that we can see people that look like us in it, that's for us and by us. But not to say I don't watch any other programming, I do, but it just feels good to see ourselves represented in such a way, and in a good way most of the time. I mean, okay, of course it's entertainment, right? So it has to entertain us, but I'm happy to see actors of color on the screen. I appreciate it. I'm happy. I love it. It inspires me. It inspires my work. It inspires me to just keep going. It inspires me. It gives me hope too, for any, the things that I want to pursue or that I want to do. I just love it, and so I'm just grateful for that. Even if I don't agree with everything that's said all the time or everything that's done, I appreciate that there is someone that is representing us and that is doing that, is bringing shows for us. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for my family, all of them, even the ones that I don't see all the time. I'm grateful for my family because my family, especially my parents and my siblings, they've been very supportive of me in my endeavors. When I do a play, they're there. When I, whatever, if I do music, they're supporting. Like, they're very supportive. And I think it takes special people to deal with, like, creative spirits like myself. It takes special people to deal with those type of people, or with us, because I think sometimes people don't always understand us, and I don't think they always even understand, but they're very supportive, and I'm just really grateful for them. I'm grateful for my parents. Those people are my ride or die. I'm just grateful. So happy Thanksgiving to all of you out there. I hope you enjoy your family and your friends and whomever you're celebrating with. If you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, just consider it a day of thanks. Like, I don't, the history behind Thanksgiving, it is not a great, history, but if we just throw aside the history and we just say, you know what, we're just going to be thankful this day. I'm thankful every day, but we're going to set aside this day as a day of to be thankful. And that's what I'm doing. What's next? Sisters next week, same time, same place. I love you guys. Go out and be great today. Whatever it is you do, whatever it is you want to do, whatever it is you think of doing, you dream of doing, go out, do it, and be great today. Happy Thanksgiving.